Hello, I'm Michael. If you're here, you've probably heard the term Therian, or Fictionkin, or Otherkin, or Alterhuman floating around. I'm here to tell you that those are all connected, and I'm about to tell you why. They're all in a wider community known as Alterhumanity, and I identify as a few types of Alterhumans that I'll get into later if you want to hear about them. For this video, I'll do my best to push personal bias aside and just give you general history on what all this is, alright? Good? Alright, just getting that out of the way. Therianthropy and Alterhumanity in general have a very, very long history on the internet. Okay, so it's not that long, but it is about as long as the internet has been around, which is insane to me, because Alterhumans have been around for a long, long time. First of all, Alterhumanity is an umbrella term describing anyone who identifies at any level as non-human. This could include animals, most commonly, but some also choose to label themselves as things like dolls, robots, plants, fictional characters or species, and lots more. A common misconception is that to identify this way, you must have a connection or identify involuntarily or believe in a past life or worship a specific deity. This is not true and deviates a lot from the original point of Therianthropy and Otherkin. You don't need to have pretty gear, you don't need to look a certain way, you don't need to have specific beliefs. Really all you need is to have a dream and just the want to identify as inhuman. It doesn't always have to be involuntary. The term Alterhuman was pitched around 2016 on the site Tumblr. However, the term Otherkin has been around for much longer than the term Alterhuman. Both of these terms refer to someone who identifies as non-human, so I will be using them interchangeably throughout this video, but they're very similar. Humans have been identifying as inhuman for much longer than this essay goes. Alterhumanity as we know it today has been recognized in the 1990s. The Otherkin subculture and community started as a small corner of the internet, started by a student in the University of Kentucky, created the Elfkind Digest, a small mailing list for others online who identified as elves and other mythical creatures. On November 16th, 1992, an unknown user created the Alt Horror Werewolves forum, where Therianthropy as we know it today originated. It started as a place to anonymously discuss werewolf-related movies and games, receiving very little traffic, only 2 to 3 posts a day. Over time, however, the forum deviated. The users on the forum slowly started to identify as werewolves and wolves, and starting to refer to them as a cyberpack. By the 2000s, specifically mid-December of 2006, the Minneapolis-based, I'm gonna butcher this, Dagens Nyheter. Swedes, let me know if I got that right. They published an article that introduced the wider public to the concept of Therianthropy. This article was titled something in Swedish that I cannot read, but I'm sure if you look at the thing, you'll be able to see it. And it translates to, sometimes I have the urge to howl like a wolf. A woman named Lanina. I'm so bad at names. I'm so sorry. We'll call her Lanina. I know I'm butchering that. It's okay. In this article, a woman named Lanina, I think, founder of the Swedish Therian and Otherkin forum, therian.forumer.com, described what it was like to be a Therian. This is the first known article regarding Therians in internet history, which means it's a big deal. In 2020, following the popularity of TikTok, the recognition of Therianthropy and the development of the Therian gear stuff was kind of sped up by popular creators in the sphere, making paper and fabric animal masks, and I actually have a few down there, With the popularity of therianthropy and the view of the identity skyrocketed in the public eye, many people, mostly children ages 13 to 18, found the identity and began to identify with it. Today, the most well-known kind of alterhumanity is therianthropy, or when someone identifies as an animal, mythological, or real life. People often assume that this means things like half masks and the style grunge, or taxidermy, or overwhelming interests. None of these things are true indicators of a Therian, though a lot of the younger Therians believe that these things are required to be a Therian, or those who possess typical Therian gear, automatically that makes them Therians. It does not. So what's the problem with this community? Well, there's a big drama problem. Before I go on, I would just like to say that this following section is not at all me coming for anyone. I'm not here to make my personal statements. I'm just here to give people like a divisive history lesson, basically. There have been many controversies in the Otherkin community, but today Therians specifically have got a bit of a problem with starting issues with larger creators in the sphere, such as Cicada Wings, Leo the Mushroom, Tab, and many more. Another issue is the fact that this community is not as much about self-discovery as it is gear and physical appearance anymore. That kind of sucks. This is a problem because some of the younger Therians are turning a community that was originally about identity and discovery into rage bait or a trend. For this video, I did want to make like a more like bullet point like history on therianthropy and alterhumanity. If I missed anything, please let me know. I would like to know a little bit more about this. I find it really interesting. And also, you will help me with my essay because I'm just currently reading a draft. And I need to submit this at the end of this semester, and I need your help. So, if you want, DM me on TikTok or Pinterest, or leave a comment, I'll see it. And I'll see you later. Bye-bye.